Good morning, BookTube. Good morning, YarnTube. Good morning, YouTube. It's day 3 of Vlogember, and here I am, sat in my kitchen with my breakfast, and it is 8:25. I've got to get this down me and then take Ben to school, and then it's a very exciting morning. It is a Mummy and Indy road trip to the vets. Yes! He's having his second leukemia jab. I've not mentioned that to him yet. I've just said it's a road trip. You and me, boy. Let's go, let's go. It'll be great. So that's what this morning has planned. And then housework. I don't feel a day is a day unless I've cleaned things. And so I could come round your house and clean if you want me to. I can't. I'm not going to. Oh, I've not put my necklace on. Oh no, I have. And then I'm having my hair cut, because it is exceptionally long at the moment and needs taming in some way. So I shall only have a couple of inches taken off it, but you probably won't be able to tell any difference, but I will. It will look better. So that's the excitement that we have planned so far today. Who knows what will come along and derail the day. So I look forward to spending the day with you. It has been lovely. Thank you so much to anybody that is leaving comments or is watching or anything like that. You are making my week. So let's have a good Friday. Here we are, Mummy and Indy. Indy. Oh, Indy's bottom. No, Indy. Mummy and Indy back from our road trip. Yay! Full clean bill of health. He's had his injection. He's howled the whole journey back. It's been great. I am winning at Friday. Let's go in. Let's let the cat out. You happy now? You happy now? You can find yourself a nice little spot to have a little snooze after the road trip. Right, so 10 to 11, me and the hair are going to the hairdressers. Fun times. You know, Friday is turning out to be the fun day. So I'm taking all of this to the hairdressers and it is going to get sorted. Yes. Much needed. So next time you see me, I hopefully will not be looking quite as wild woman. I won't be having much taken off. Couple of inches to get rid of the ends, I think. Who knows, next time you see me I might look radically different. Ta-da! Hair done, as you can tell. There we go. It doesn't look much different. It just looks like a cleaner version, and she's had a good go at the ends, so that looks okay. In my experience, there are two types of hairdressers when it comes to my hair. There are the hairdressers that... Oh, hello. Is that better? There we go. There are the hairdressers that look at me with horror as I walk in and undo my hair from its clip, and there are those hairdressers that look at me with kind of like, ooh, what I could do with you. And both come with good and bad points. The second one is what this was, Martine today, who I would go back to definitely. She was, ooh, what I could do to your hair. She asked me so many questions, which was lovely, because I really got to feel that she actually knew what she wanted to do with my hair and everything like that, and what I wanted to have done with my hair. I'm very forceful now with my hair, with my hairdressers, because too many times they've done what they fancied and then I'm living with it for months afterwards. So now I'm very prescriptive as to what happens, and it's done. So I sat there, had a most beautiful head massage when I was having my hair washed. She said, is that too strong? I was like, no, I honestly could have nodded off. But then I sat and I read my book. So, Yarn Harlot by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. I'm on page 55. And it has made me laugh already, and as I'm not somebody that particularly laughs out loud at books, it shows it's a pretty good book. So that's pretty good. So now I'm going to carry on with my day. What time is it? She was what, an hour and a half? That's not bad. That's not bad. I have been in hairdressers for a lot longer than that. So an hour and a half. I've got one or two bits of things to do, and then the day will continue. Hello, I've had a nice lunch of homemade bean chilli and some cabbage and raw cabbage and broccoli with it, which was yum, 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 yum. I've got half an hour before I need to go out into the beautiful autumn afternoon and collect Benedict from school. So I have a nice cup of tea here. It's actually the husband's Hogwarts mug. It's one of those colour change ones. But I think actually it's quite a large one, and I don't think he likes it in the same way I do. Anyway, I tend to get it. So I just thought, as it's Friday, I would do a Friday reads. So the last two books that I have read, last three books, I read Lover Awakened by J.R. Ward. Don't know, I'm making it up now. J.R. Ward, and that's the third or the fourth in the Black Dagger Brotherhood, which is a paranormal romance, adult romance. So that was very good. That was a kind of trashy romance read that I could just enjoy. I finished off Dan Brown's Origin, which is his latest book, and I wanted to read it before I heard all the reviews of it or that kind of stuff. Not that I've actually checked any of the reviews. I don't know if it's that popular on BookTube. I mean, he's a hugely popular author, but whether booktubers rate him, I don't know. But I really enjoy them. I think they have their time and their place, and I really wanted something that didn't take a lot of emotion out of me and that I could just kind of fall into, and that was great for that. It's so similar to the other ones in its style and how it forms a plot, but for that it's really comforting. They're really good quick pace reads, and they are very, very silly, but I enjoyed this one, and it's about the origin of mankind and where that might develop to. I thought it was really good. Really, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was I can imagine the film they make of it will be truly terrible, but I will probably still go and watch it. And then the last book, as you know, that I have read is Stephen King's Mr. Mercedes, which is the first in the Bill Hodges trilogy. Highly enjoyable. Highly enjoyable. I've done really well with my recent reads. It's a typical Stephen King. There was quite a lot of Kingian motifs, and it felt familiar in that way. However, it being a thriller, not a horror, it felt different, although I do think some of the characters were horrifying. I liked the end. I wouldn't say that I loved it. I think knowing it was a trilogy, made a difference to it. And I went into this with high hopes, and they were recognised. So I shall be picking up Finders Keepers at some point. Probably sooner rather than later. I think it's one of those trilogies that if I keep on track of it and I read it in the next couple of months, next 6 months or so, I will enjoy it. I think if I put it down and forget about it, I really will forget about it and not come back to it. So, but I recommend that if you like Stephen King, or you like thrillers, or you want a page turner, or you know somebody thinking about this time of year that you know that they like thrillers but don't like horrors, and then the Stephen King, because they'd know the author. But you could say to them, oh, it's not a horror, it's thriller, and I think you'd enjoy it. So, for example, I think my husband might well enjoy that. And then my current read is this. So it's Secret Life of Anita, the Yarn Harlot. It reads to me, because she's a blogger, isn't she? And that's obviously where she... she's a very accomplished writer. She's got a wonderful tone. It's... I wouldn't say articles, perhaps longer than blog posts, but short pieces, and some of them are longer than others. I think the shorter ones are better than the longer ones, and I think it will have a hit and miss quality for me. She's obviously a very experienced knitter, far more than I am, so she talks about some things that I don't know what that is. A particular type of knitting. I don't even know how to pronounce it, actually. Is it entrelac? Entrelac? I don't know what that is, but the humour is completely on point for me, and I have laughed out loud a couple of times, and once in the hairdressers, which was quite something. So I am on page 70 of this already today. So 250. Yeah, it says 220 pages. I'm on page 70 today. I reckon in the next day or two I will finish this, but it's really enjoyable, and I'm really glad that I've picked it up, and will look for her other work as well. So there we go. There we go, booktube. I've done my Friday read. So this weekend I shall be reading this, and probably once I've finished this I will have pick up a one of my quicker reads. So probably I'm looking at The Falconer by Elizabeth May. It's right up there. If you bear with me, I'll go and get it. Yeah, here we are. I've just grabbed it. The Falconer by Elizabeth May. So I recently hauled this, and it's a kind of paranormal romance. So I think that'll be a good one to have running alongside this one. So I'll read this one and then I'll pick up this. And there we go. That's my weekend reads. So I am now going to sit here with my beautiful skein of wool, which is here. So I've undone the skein, and I'm going to sit here, and I have a ball winder. But I don't have a Swift, so I can't do it unless somebody else is here. And we tried it with the husband, and won't be trying that again. So, but I don't have enough skeins to. I don't know about buying a Swift. So I'm probably just going to wrap it into a ball, using my knees, and that's the easiest way. You know what I mean. Anyway, that's it. I shall see you in a bit. Bye.